Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Well, everybody, we are back with Life After Lockup, and it wasn't motherfucking crack this time, Mom. It was meth this time. So I know you guys are probably like, what? So remember I said we was missing some couples? Well, we found them. We found Clint and Tracy. The reason why we haven't seen Clint and Tracy is because they was in jail. They got locked up. So this is why. So Clint and Tracy, I always knew that Tracy was still on drugs. I always suspected that Clint was on drugs too. Well, they were. So, Tracy and Clint were in Texas. They were visiting Tracy's family, and, well, for some reason, they decided that instead of getting a hotel, they were just going to sleep it off in the Kroger's parking lot in the car with drugs on them. And the police came in on the window and said, hey, get out the car. And of course, when they searched them, Clint had a good old weed pipe. I don't do drugs, so I don't know what a weed pipe is. If someone could let me know what a weed pipe is. I know what a crack pipe is, but I didn't know there was a such thing as a weed pipe. But he had a weed pipe, and Tracy had meth on her. So they both get arrested, and he got out. She was not. She was waiting arraignment. She's in jail. She's struggling with an eating disorder. She looks worse than before. But she did let the producers know that, she had an issue. Like, she's been doing the drugs. Clint knew about it. And they was like, well, had Clint tried to stop you and you was just telling him no or something? And she was like, no, Clint hadn't, tried to get in her way. And I'm just like, Clint had said before that if she got arrested again for doing drugs, that it was over. Like, he wasn't going to take her back. But I feel that maybe because they got arrested together, that he might take her back this time. But he did say that he was trying to do what he could do to get her out of jail. Like, that was his number one focus, was to get her out of jail. He was like, he got to go home and tell his mama that, not only did he get arrested, that she got arrested too. And his mama already don't like her. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like, at some point you have to realize that people are beyond your help. It doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore. But you have to realize that there comes a point where you have to step back and let them get professional help that is beyond you. And I feel like Tracy needs help that is beyond Clint, especially if you have a problem yourself. And Clint has a problem himself. He needs to get help. She needs to get help. And you can't help her if you're needing help yourself. So, yeah, they need to get help. Now, the other couple that we were missing, they also made an appearance. Well, half the couple. Cheryl and Josh, they made an appearance. Cheryl is going to be moving to Colorado to be with Josh because this dysfunctional couple decided to make another run at their relationship, despite the fact that he broke up with her 3 times while they were together before. And to make things worse, and this is my opinion, and my opinion only, to make matters worse, she's going to take her son with her. I don't have a whole lot of words for that. She's moving to Colorado. Josh is staying with his mom. His mama don't like her. His mom accused her of trying to cheat with her husband. And yeah. That's all I gotta say about her. Yeah. Now, Andrea and Lamar. So, Andrea and Lamar get into an interesting argument because, like I said last week, Andrea's still trying to convince Lamar Utah is the place to be because it's safe. And Lamar was like, it's 1% black people here. Like, this is not the place for us. She was like, this is, where my history is. And he said, how? There's no black people here. Like, where's your roots at here in Utah? And Andrea's like, race has nothing to do with anything when it comes to my children and my life. And when she was saying her history, her roots, she was talking about her religion and being a Mormon and all that. She wasn't talking about black history. But that's what Lamar was thinking. That's why he was like, I don't see no black people here. What are you talking about? Your history? Your roots is not here. Where your family at? Like, that's where your history is. So, I think the reason why them two they're not going to come to any common ground is because they're both so steadfast on their argument. It's like, I need for you to see my point. You have to see my point. And if you're not seeing my point, I'm not trying to see your point, and I'm not going to hear nothing else that you got to say. And they're both closed-minded to the situation. So they're not going to get anywhere. And I don't see how you guys are going to stay married like that. You're not going to be able to stay married like that. You're going to have to be open-minded and try to see the other person's point of view. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but until you guys become open to it and try to understand, you're going to keep having these heated discussions. So Lamar goes inside because her oldest daughter comes out and is like, this is supposed to be a celebration. Lamar's off parole or probation. He's finally free. We're supposed to be celebrating. And so he goes inside and he's talking to her son, Tennyson, who I feel like is the most level-headed, mature child I've seen on TV in a long time. I feel like he's making more sense than her. And he just basically told him, he was like, I hear what your mom's saying. He said, it's just that I grew up and I'm in a place where there's more diversity, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I want her to understand is I just want to be somewhere where there's more diversity. And her son was like, I understand that. I see what you're saying. I get that. So Andrea's like, and look, he's still in there talking to Tennyson about it. See, that's what I'm talking about. He's still in there talking about me. And he was like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to the kids. Like, I'm not talking about you. So she in her feelings because, again, he not doing what she want him to do. Like, I want you to do this my way, and he's not. So she not here for it. I don't see how this is gonna work. I just don't. Marcelino and Britney, they are in a good place. Britney's mom is supposed to be coming out there to Vegas to help her with the kids because Britney is, talking about they need to both try to get some income as far as them both going back to work. And if they were both to go back to work, then they were going to need help with the kids. So Britney does have a history with her mom. She said her mom wasn't there. Both her mom and her dad have a past of alcoholism. So she was revisiting that with Marcelino. And Marcelino was like, I don't have a problem with your mom coming here. However, if it's going to be stressful for you and the baby, I don't want that around. I want whatever's best for you. So he was like, I'm going to follow your lead in this. So as long as you're okay and as long as you're comfortable, I'm going to do whatever you feel is best on this situation. So her sister and her mom, Nicole, come into town. They pick them up at the airport. They go home. They have a nice little barbecue in the back. And Britney kind of opens up about a part of her childhood when she remembers she ran away when she was 12 years old, when they moved from Alaska, and she said she was gone for 3 days. And she said she came back to the hotel and they were gone. Because she said she left because she felt like no one would even know she was gone. They wouldn't care. And apparently they didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I could be gone for 3 hours from my parents as a child and they not know. And I just find that so devastating that you left for 3 days and your family did not, A, know you was gone, and B, they left without you. That's devastating. And she was tearing up and she was just like, I just felt like if you guys paid more attention to me, if I just had someone that loved me a little bit more, just cared a little bit more, I wouldn't have ended up like I did. I wouldn't have had the life I lived. I wouldn't have experienced some of the stuff that I experienced that hurt me so bad. I wouldn't have went to jail. Her mom was like, I hear you and I'm sorry that you experienced that. And she had to get up from the table because she was like, I know I wasn't the best mom, but I tried my best. When she made that comment, I was kind of like, but you left your child. Like, your child was gone for 3 days and you didn't know, and you just moved hotel rooms. Like, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. But I just found that crazy that your child was gone for 3 days and you didn't know. And you moved out of a hotel room not knowing that your child was not present with y'all when y'all left. Like, I don't know how that happened. So, okay. Now, Lacey, Shane, and John. Lacey is irking my butthole, okay? Lacey is one of those people I feel like can't be by themselves. And she's always going to go where she feels the grass is greener. She don't like conflict. She don't like struggle. None of that. Like, she can't. Now, she don't marry Shane. She thought Shane was where it was better. Now she with Shane. They married. Now she's, I'm not happy with Shane. Shane has a drinking problem. Shane does not work. But you knew all this about Shane before you married him. But now it's a problem. Now she's over here. I think that John is in trouble. John used to work when we was together. I gotta go check on John. So she done left the house after arguing with Shane. She's out here driving around looking for John. Going to his house. Calling the hospital. She calls the police station and finds out that he's gotten arrested for driving under the influence and having possession of drugs. So she's breaking down in the car because, oh my God, he's in jail. That means he's going to be gone for a while. And, I wanted to talk to him, but now he's removed himself from the situation. I'm like, what situation? You shouldn't be having no situation with John. You are a married woman, not dating. You are married. So you shouldn't be having no situation with no ex. So they told him that he was in jail with no bond. Had he had a bond, that girl was going to go and get him out. She was going to go get him out of jail because she wanted to talk to him about whatever she wanted to talk to him about. And I'm like, I don't see what it is you talk to him about now all of a sudden. You didn't have to talk to him about before. But she's just in the car crying and just so upset. And she was like, he done removed himself from my life. And girl, go back home and talk to your husband and work it out with your husband. That man is a part of your past for a reason. And you should have resolved the issues with John before you moved on to Shane. But you was dating 2 men at the same time. I'm sick of her. I'm so sick of Lacey. Now, I'm sick of Shane too. Because Shane goes and calls his friend up and they go meet up at a bar and they over there having Long Island iced teas. Shane, you don't need no more drinks. You don't need nothing else to drink. You need to sober up. get yourself together and get your marriage together before your wife go on over here and cheat with this other man. So you need to get yourself together, get a clear mind, and get your life together and start being a productive citizen of society. That's what you need to be doing, Shane. Jesus. Now, the thing I saved for last was the bad acting 101. I didn't realize that we was hiring actors, but apparently we are. I guess Michael has decided that he wanted to go into acting. That's going to be his new career path. You know, Megan has decided that she wanted to be a singer, and I guess Michael, he wants to be an actor. Alrighty, we're going to act. And action. So, Megan, Michael, and Sarah. Sarah has decided that she's going to go to a family lawyer because she's already went to her divorce lawyer, you know, to get the divorce that Michael has not signed papers on. But, you know, he's come to Texas and told Megan that, hey, my divorce is going through, but you're the holdup on the divorce because you haven't signed the papers. You have to sign the papers for the divorce to go through. That's a part of the process. So, she's talking to this family lawyer, you know, because she wants to make it where Michael can't just come and get the girls at any point and just take them and just be gone. Because right now, he could legally come and get them. And the lawyer told her that she could file like an emergency hearing, like to emergency petition to make it so that he couldn't. And so she was like, well, she wanted to get started on that. Now, the only thing that I don't want to say irking me about Sarah is she keeps bringing up, you know, these bank statements saying how he's getting all this money and all this money. So it makes you feel like she's wanting child support. But then when the lawyer told her, well, since he doesn't have a job, you know, in the state of New York, he don't have to pay $25 a month. And so she's like, $25? So they was like, well, I mean, unless we could prove that he does have other forms of income, then we could try to go after that. But, you know, yeah, without a, you know, job, you know, that's what it would be. So then all of a sudden, it's like, well, I don't want the child support. Okay, well, why are you acting like the $25 a month was, you know, just disgraceful? Like, how dare you want to give me $25? Like, that's just beneath, like, that's ridiculous. So it's like, so either you do not want the child support, like, that's not what your main objective is, then let's just stop bringing up the bank statements then. If you really are just trying to prove his character about, okay, he's talking to all these women, then you could just talk about the phone records. Hell, show him clips from the show. I mean, there are other ways that you can show his character. But, okay, if you want to use the bank statements, you could have worked at another angle. But, whatever. So, Michael is apparently sick in Texas at the hotel room. That was a rather nice hotel room. We had a little kitchenette over there. So, Megan comes over and she has soup and she's like trying to nurse him back to health. And he was like, oh, I'm just so sick. I can't even eat this soup. And so he lays down. While he's laying down, Megan goes and gets his phone and she's over there trying to unlock it because he got a passcode on the phone. And all of a sudden he wakes up and he was like, Megan, where my phone at? And she was like, oh, I needed to use it. He was like, why did you need to use my phone? And she was like, because I wanted to go through it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I wanted to go through it. He was like, man, why you doing that? See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't like that sneaky stuff. She was like, well, I don't trust you. I mean, you don't be telling me the truth, so I need the answers. So I was gonna go through your phone. So next thing you know, there's a knock at the door. And she was like, who at your door? He was like, I'll get it. She was like, no, I'll get it. Go to the door. And it's his friend Rock. And she was like, what is this? This is some kind of setup? Why is he here? And he was like, ain't no setup. I want to talk to him. You ain't the only reason why I came to Texas. I wanted to holler at him while I was here. Now, Rock is the friend that she kissed while he was in jail. Oh, so this is when the bad acting comes into play. So him and Rock go downstairs to talk. Now, Megan's upstairs, and she's just like, okay, whatever. I don't know what this is about. She said, but I don't have nothing to hide because I told him the truth from the beginning. Only thing we did was kiss. So they downstairs talking and smoking, and he was like, I just wanted to let you know, you my boy, and, ain't nothing going on. So Michael tried to get all gangster like on some, it's best that you just let me speak right now because you're going to talk yourself into something that you ain't going to be able to get out of. First of all, Michael, you ain't nobody gangster, so calm down. Pipe it down. Okay? He was like, so I just want to know what's up with you and Megan, like what happened? And he was like, I mean, we already talked about that. He said, no, I'm here to get the real deal. Like, I really want to know what was going on. And he was like, man, I don't understand why you even in your feelings about it because, I mean, it ain't like you got other girls. He was like, I mean, I like her, I think she's a wonderful person and, I got feelings for her. So then all of a sudden, he got feelings for Megan. Rock does. And he was like, can you honestly say that you love Megan? He was like, I do. He was like, how you love her and you got, a wife and you got all these other chicks. How you in love? He was like, so what you trying to say? Now the whole time they started having this conversation, Michael can't help, but he's like trying to hold back a grin. Because it's like something's about to come up. Like something's about to happen. But he's trying to look like he's serious, but he's grinning. Like I'm like, why is this man grinning? He was like, oh, so you love her, huh? So you in love, huh? And I was like, why is he looking with this goofy ass grin? He was like, yeah, man, I love her. He was like, so what you trying to say? So did y'all fuck? He was like, I mean, we was talking and one thing led to another. I mean, what you want me to say? Oh, so that's what you trying to say? So you trying to say you smashed your friend's girl? You trying to say? And I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, this is what we doing now? This is how we're going to extend the storyline out now? Got it. Check. See what we're doing here. And next thing you know, they going back and forth with words, and then Michael just mushes his friend in the face, and we go off. I said, listen, I'm going to need y'all to start giving these people some acting classes real quick before y'all start trying to do this whole dramatic fight scene. Because Michael can't keep a straight face to get the fight scene out. Because he knows, okay, we about to do this little fight, and I can't stop smiling because I know we about to do this little fake fight scene. I'm so sick of him too. Let's just pretend that it's real for just a second. Let me get my serious face on. So, Megan slept with Rock. See, I can't even hold a serious face because I know this is not real. But anyway, let's just go with it. Okay, so Megan supposedly slept with Rock, and, this is going to come up. So she's going to address this with him. Even if it is real, even if she did do it, he don't really have no reason to be mad because, you were sleeping with Sarah and had a hold of the baby on her while y'all was together. So is she really in the wrong? Do you really have a right to get mad? And then you got apparently a whole slew of girls that's paying your bills. So I'm just a number. So I don't understand why you would be getting mad. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to them. I am want to see how this is going to unfold, this new storyline that we have unfolded. I do want to see what's going to happen with Lacey, Shane, and John, because it does show in the previews that John does get out of jail some kind of way. I do want to know what's going to happen with Clint and Tracy, if Tracy does get out of jail or not. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how all this happens. So I hope you guys continue to see what happens with me as well. So until next time, bye you guys.